Ever notice how silence can shake the ground more than shouting ever could? It's wild, isn't it? You pull back, go quiet, and suddenly the world leans in to hear what you're not saying. When it comes to relationships, especially with women, this truth hits even harder. Today, we're diving into what really happens when you stop talking to her, and why mastering your silence isn't just a power move, but a stoic one. First, let's clear something up. This isn't about games or revenge. Stoicism teaches us not to react out of anger or pride. It teaches us to act out of principle. And sometimes the most powerful thing you can do when you're feeling disrespected, misunderstood, or simply drained is nothing at all. No arguing, no explaining, just silence. At first, she might brush it off. She might even think you're being immature. But then something shifts. Your absence becomes louder than your words ever were. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing? Why isn't he explaining himself? She feels the space you've created, and in that space you regain your strength. Because here's the truth. When you stop handing out endless explanations and emotional reactions, you force people to confront their own actions without your help. You teach them that your time, your energy, your presence are not guaranteed, they are earned. The question isn't what she's going to do, it's what you're going to allow yourself to become. Ready to dig even deeper into what truly happens next? At first, silence feels awkward. We're so used to filling the gaps with apologies, justifications, or trying to fix things that the stillness feels almost wrong. But if you can sit with it, if you can ride out the temptation to reach back, you start to notice something. You start to feel lighter, stronger, more rooted in yourself. Meanwhile, she's noticing too. A woman who's used to being chased, reassured, or constantly entertained by your energy starts to feel an unfamiliar weight in the air. She may test it. She might send a casual message, something light like, "Hey, how's it going?" Not because she misses small talk, because she misses the attention. Your silence made her confront the empty space where your energy used to live. And here's where your stoic discipline kicks in. You don't respond out of loneliness. You don't break your silence just because someone noticed it. You respond, or you don't, based on what aligns with your values, your peace, not your impulses. Stoicism reminds us that we cannot control others, we can only control ourselves. That includes how we show up, and just as importantly, when we choose not to show up. Silence, when used wisely, isn't punishment, it's clarity. It says, I am responsible for my peace and I refuse to let it be dragged into chaos. She may come closer, she may step away. Either way, you win because you've chosen yourself without making noise about it. And believe me, the real transformation happens when you realize you don't even need her response at all. Here's the real kicker. When you stop talking to her, you're not just making a statement, you're making a shift. And if you stay true to it, you start to see the real magic happen. She might start to chase you, sure. Maybe she'll reach out more often, try to patch things up or promise to change. But you'll notice something deeper. You're no longer chasing yourself. You're not scrambling to prove your worth or earn validation. You're just standing there, solid, calm, unmoved. That's the power of mindful stoicism. It teaches you that your value doesn't shrink or expand based on who shows up or who walks away. Your value is yours, untouched, undebated, complete. And this isn't about holding grudges or being cold. It's about respecting yourself so much that you refuse to argue for your own worth ever again. If someone wants to be in your life, they'll meet you where you are. If they don't, you'll let them go with a peaceful heart. Silence forces reflection, not just for her, but for you too. you start to see the patterns where you gave too much, where you begged for scraps, where you silenced your own needs just to keep the peace. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. The moment you embrace your silence, you start hearing your true voice again. And that voice, it's 1,000 times louder, stronger, and more powerful than any conversation you could have had. It's funny. Once you find that voice inside you, you don't feel desperate to explain yourself anymore. You don't need to prove why you pulled away, why you chose peace over drama. You just live it quietly, steadily. And that's when you become something rare, something powerful. When you stop talking to her and you hold that silence from a place of calm strength, you trigger something deeper than confusion. You trigger respect. Not the surface level kind that's based on fear or manipulation, but the real kind, the kind that recognizes your self-respect and responds to it. A woman who genuinely values you will feel that shift. She'll realize that she can't just say anything, do anything, and expect you to stay. Your silence teaches her something no lecture ever could. You're a man who knows his worth, and if she doesn't get it, if she vanishes, moves on, blames you, mocks you, good, let her. Because your silence filters out what's not meant for you faster than 1,000 conversations ever could. Remember, a Stoic doesn't resist what is. He doesn't chase what runs or cling to what crumbles. He simply accepts. He stands firm in who he is, no matter who chooses to walk beside him or who chooses not to. This journey you're on, it's not about changing her, it's about changing you, about seeing yourself clearly for the first time and realizing you don't need anyone to complete you. You were whole the entire time. So here's the truth, laid bare. When you stop talking to her, you don't lose anything real. You lose the illusion that you ever needed to chase love, approval, or understanding. You don't go silent to punish. You go silent to protect your peace, to guard your spirit, to stand taller in your own life. Stoicism teaches us that true strength isn't loud, it's not desperate, it's steady, quiet, and unwavering. And when you embody that strength, everything changes, not because you forced it, but because you finally let life show you who and what is truly aligned with your soul. Some women will rise to meet you there, some won't. Either way, you remain unshaken because you now know your value isn't up for discussion. Your energy isn't free for the taking. Your life is your own masterpiece, and you don't owe anyone a front row seat they haven't earned. So walk forward with your silence when needed. Let it speak louder than your words ever could. Let it draw the right people closer and let it send the wrong ones away without bitterness. You are not here to beg for connection. You are here to live with quiet strength, with grace, with undeniable self-respect. And that is something no one can ever take from you.